Hello, how's it going? Welcome back to some more F1 Manager 2023 in another part of our Williams Road to Glory career mode. Today we have the Hungarian Grand Prix as we race towards the halfway point in the season, or at least the summer break, and start thinking about the second half of the season where we will be looking to win both driver and constructors world championship. Last time out, Ocon won the British Grand Prix ahead of Lando Norris after a bit of a mishap from myself over the last couple of laps, but it is the way it is. It means that there's only 9 points, I believe, between the drivers going into this weekend. So without further ado, let's get ourselves into what is going to be a wet qualifying one. Quick little look at the championship, and no, sorry, it's 21 points, so it's a lot more than we thought. Let's have a little look at the track details. It is going to get dry towards the end of the session, so we will zoom it forward until we get to that point. And this is where we hope that the weather forecast is good, because if it's not, then we could be in real trouble towards the end of the session. But you always know in these mixed condition sessions, you know, there's going to be a bit of dry at some point. I've very rarely seen a session that's completely rainy. So, track very much starting to dry up now. But we haven't got that long to go in this session. That water continues to hang about. It's drying now. There you go. So it's all going to be about this one and only lap. It's an alternative tyre allocation weekend, isn't it? But when it's wet, I think you can use what you want. I don't think we're going to get disqualified for this. But yeah, everybody else has gone out on hards. So this should very much be us going quickest here.
That is the checkered flag.
So Max Verstappen currently quickest of anybody. Leclerc currently in the drop zone. Lawson is out of qualifying. Maloney's just gone 17th, so Leclerc currently is bottom of the pile. Looks like our boys are going to be the ones to come across the line quickest. It's going to be Norris out first. He goes up to the line and he does go quickest with a 1:14.5. Ocon over the line, he goes second. So comfortably through is, I think Leclerc is out. Leclerc is out. Wow, well, that is a huge shock in Q1. A real pole position contender is gone in Q1. And, well, both of our boys through to Q2. And, well, I'm sure it will be raining again in session 2. But for how long for? That's the question. It was pretty much the whole session, funnily enough. So I think we can send them out.
Track should be great.
Oh yeah, I forgot to say, we've brought in Will Joseph, Lando Norris's real-life engineer. He's joined us for the second half of the season. Ben Mitchell's contract was expiring. I thought I'd have a little look at Will Joseph, and since this is going to be more than likely our final season with Williams, I thought we've got to have the Norris and Joseph partnership in the series, otherwise we're not going to experience it if I delay it till next season. So I paid the extra money to break his contract and Yeah, exciting times. Very exciting times. We're second and fourth at the moment. I think it is going to get a little bit drier here, so gotta pick our time to head out onto the track, and we're going to pick that moment as now. And this should work out okay. We've got a beautiful clear track ahead of us. Let's see. Little improvements in Sector 1. Can we improve in Sector 3? Here comes Ocon. And Norris round the final corner. Norris up to the line. No improvement for him. And nothing for Ocon either. So second and fourth, but comfortably through to Q3. Going out in Q2 then, Sainz, Magnussen, Porsche, Schumacher and Daniel Ricciardo. It's an interesting top 10 lineup. And it's another wet Q3. And I think we're going to have to get out there early.
Okay, so
get our lap in. Well, we've got the chance. It feels like the rain's going to get slightly worse throughout the session. Norris going slightly quicker than his teammate. So here we come round the final corner, and Norris up to the line. It's a 1:20.1. And, well, same from Norris, but slightly quicker. And gets himself onto pole. Verstappen at 20 flat. They have put in a slightly worse engine this weekend to try and counteract the wear from the upcoming races. I'm going out there and putting in another lap almost immediately here. And well, Ocon, he's going to be the one to improve. Doesn't go above his teammate though. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get round and get another lap in, so that's that. It's second and third on the grid for tomorrow. The track was getting worse anyway, so Max Verstappen takes pole position for the Hungarian Grand Prix.
It's race day with the teams and drivers ready and raring to go.
The heart may be in Budapest, but the racing soul is right here. Decades of F1 history saturate every turn of the Hungaroring, including the 1989 Grand Prix, where Nigel Mansell bullied his way from a P12 start to an ultimate victory. And the sky is looking grey and cloudy today. An effective tyre strategy could prove very valuable as the race plays out.
Well, as we can see, the crowd here at the Hungaroring are ready and waiting, so let's get the show underway.
Okay, right then, race day, and plenty of hard tyres in our bank. Do have two of them, so definite possibility of using two hard tyres and maybe even a medium to go in this race. And I think that might be the better way to do it. I certainly think with Ocon, we're going to try that. Medium, hard for him. And then Lando Norris, well, he could start on the hard tyre. We're going to need to use the hards most definitely today. It's whether Norris can take those hards long into the race, avoid traffic, because traffic is always such a big problem here. Yeah, I think that looks like a good strategy. And I think that's going to work out better. So Ocon, what's he on? A 1:31.33, 1:31.39. So apparently Ocon's... oh no, it's is it exactly, is it? No, 1:31.39 for Norris. So in theory, 6 seconds slower. But yeah, we shall see. We shall see what happens here. And obviously we're very much going in a different direction to Max, more than likely. So let's get into it. Let's see how we get on here. Oh, didn't mean to do that.
This is it. The
Here we go then.
Hungarian Grand Prix.
5 red lights.
And it's
Lights out, away
and
we go.
away we go.
Right, straight away we're telling Norris to be aggressive from the start because he needs to stay ahead of his teammate if he wants his strategy to work. They're side by side, the two Williams cars.
They've been making mistakes, so let's put them under pressure.
And, well, Norris manages to stay in front, but is Ocon going to go for it? He certainly does. Obviously, title contenders. And Ocon does get past his teammate into second position. And he'll be looking to pressure Max Verstappen early on in this race. George Russell has gone for the hard tyre strategy as well. Lots of people have gone for the soft tyre strategy. So not many out there on mediums at the moment. And only 2 drivers out there on the hard tyres. And one of them is Lando Norris, who is the championship leader. As I say, we'll be looking for a long, consistent stint to make sure that he is within range of Max Verstappen come the end of this Grand Prix. That's the main thing here. You know, we've got 70 laps. It's a long race, and we need to avoid traffic because traffic is such a problem usually here in Hungary. So avoid that by going long, and it could well be your saviour. And Ocon, of course, going aggressive. And will be trying his absolute best to stay with Max Verstappen here. And then Lando Norris will be going aggressive on the hard tyres at least at the start. Needs to get ahead of Perez. Just about a second ahead of Perez now, and it's all very close for when DRS is enabled. We've got yellow flags out there. That was Stroll spinning at turn 2. Desperately trying to get out of that 1 second window with Norris. If we can do that, then that would be a great help to us. But it's going to be DRS again for Perez, and this time Norris doesn't have the DRS of his teammate in front. So Ocon now starting to close in on Max Verstappen. He'll be turning the screw on him very, very soon. So I'm going to stay on board with Esteban Ocon. Doesn't quite stay in DRS range. Annoying. Okay, time to zoom forward, definitely.
Just focus on those temps. Copy.
Okay. Right, obviously Perez is sticking with Norris right now, but we are creating a gap to Piastri behind, and that's exactly what we needed. Meanwhile, Ocon has now overtaken Max. Yeah, if he can get more than a second in front, that would be hugely helpful. And he does manage to do exactly that. So now Esteban Ocon leads, and he's going to keep pushing. Norris starting to catch up to Max Verstappen now. As the hard tyres are starting to bed in a little bit here. And what's great is he's creating a great gap to Oscar Piastri. That's where we need to be, more than a pit stop ahead. That's the plan. Right. ERS, DRS enabled. This is the moment he's going to take Max Verstappen. He goes round the outside. And Norris is through into second place. The championship leader gets past Max Verstappen, who at this stage of the race seems to be struggling a little bit for pace. And that's what we like to see. So, can he get more than a second in front? Or is he going to struggle with that? Yeah, I think he has struggled with that. It's okay. Okay. Yep. Right, we're going to zoom forward as Norris has put in fastest lap of the Grand Prix. Very nearly got more than a second in front. I think Verstappen, is he going to have it? Yes, he does. As Ocon has entered the pit window. Problem is for Ocon that he's been dragged. Well, Norris is dragging Verstappen into this battle. Now he's broke the DRS. That should be the end of that. Okay, so Ocon is going to be coming in this lap.
Box.
He's done all right though.
Okay, box.
We'll see where he comes back out. If we look at gap to leader, he might well come out ahead of Kevin Magnussen. That'd be pretty good. And we've given our pit crew full rest to try and avoid the mistakes that we've been having over the last few Grand Prix. So Esteban Ocon into the pits. And that's a beautiful pit stop. 1.9 seconds. It might get him out ahead of Perez. And it does. Wow. Well, that changes the race quite substantially. Okay, he's dropped behind Perez now. But he will be able to overtake him quite quickly, you would imagine. He's got brand new, fresh, hard tyres. So this is a perfect opportunity as Max Verstappen pits. So he's covering off from Ocon's undercut here. But he's going to be a long way behind the Frenchman. And even worse for Verstappen is he's in between the Alpines. So that is not going to be easy game for him. Lando Norris, meanwhile, looking after his tyres quite nicely. I think let's pop them onto standard for now. As Nick de Vries puts in fastest lap of the race. And yeah, Max Verstappen on the soft tyres, so on a very different strategy, isn't he? Norris's pit window now open. Time to attack those tyres as much as he can, as Perez is now into the pits. So he's coming in this lap, putting on the medium tyres. And we need a nice quick pit stop. So here comes Norris into the pit lane. Esteban Ocon is going to assume the lead of the Grand Prix. So here we go. And he comes. Decent pit stop, only 2.3 seconds, and he is out just behind Max Verstappen, well ahead of Sergio Perez. So that's pretty massive for him. 11.6 seconds ahead. And now it's a real strategy race. Because Verstappen's tyres are going to die very quickly. You can already see that Ocon is now starting to lap quicker than Max. And Norris lapping a lot quicker than Max. Remember, Norris has a soft tyre stint at the end as well to look forward to. Okay, so somebody's crashed.
So watch for debris through that.
Don't think there'll be a safety car. Let's have a little look at what's happened. It's Charles Leclerc, who's obviously coming from the back of the grid. He's doing a decent job, isn't he? A little bit of an incident there, but I think he's going to be absolutely fine. Incident involving those two. No penalties given. Interesting. Okay. Right. How's Ocon doing? Looking good on those tyres. Of course, he's going on to another set of hard tyres later on. And it's very much a 3-horse race here. Yeah, Norris in a good place. Max Verstappen's tyres are going to start dropping off now. This is going to be Norris's time to strike. Ocon coming through the traffic as well. Yeah. Norris now within a second of Max Verstappen. He's on very old soft tyres now. DRS open. Is he going to be able to have a go? Not this lap. But we'll be having a go next lap. We are now moving on to lap 42, and there goes Max into the pits. Is he going to go for medium tyres next? I assume that's what he's going to go for. No, he's gone hards. Okay. So he's on the same tyres now as Esteban Ocon. Ocon doing a great job. Ocon's going to be coming in this lap. And then he comes. Is it going to be a quick pit stop? Let's see. Yeah, it is a quick pit stop. 2 seconds, in fact. And he is out ahead of Max Verstappen. And is able to push. So it looks like it's going to be another victory for Esteban Ocon. By the looks of everything. Unless Norris can come back at him on the soft tyres. At the end of this race, but other possibilities include safety cars. Yeah, what Norris will not lack in the last stint is pace. But he needs to get there. And that's the difference with Ocon. His tyres will absolutely take him the distance. Norris still has to come in again. Needs to come in at the right time. So he's already dropped below 50% on tyre wear. So now is the time to try and be aggressive. Use these tyres to their full potential. And he might come out ahead of Max Verstappen. It really depends. Now he's going to come in. Gone a lap later than we maybe expected. So he's going to be about 18 seconds behind his teammate Ocon with about 18 laps to go. He's going to have to go a second a lap quicker. He needs a quick pit stop though. So when he comes, and it is a good pit stop, 2 seconds, and he is away just behind Max Verstappen. Okay. Here we go then. Let's see what Lando Norris can produce. Ocon dominating this race, doing a really good job out there. Norris shaving the time off Verstappen, but let's have a look at last lap times. Yep. Laps to go. As Kevin Magnussen puts in fastest lap of the race, and well, Norris has just obliterated that with a 1:16.9. He's going a lot quicker than Max Verstappen. Not than his teammate though. Yeah, just over 10 laps to go. Okay, time to deploy as he gets past Max Verstappen, now up into second position. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, he's gonna whip round the outside. Beautiful overtake, set himself up beautifully for the DRS on the exit. And is now 15 seconds behind. I'm going to go aggressive until the end of this Grand Prix now. And see where Lando Norris can get to. Well ahead of Max Verstappen now. Should continue to stay a reasonable amount ahead of the Dutchman. And there is multiple cars crashed. Is there going to be a safety car? That would throw a cat amongst the pigeons. And it's Kevin Magnussen coming around the outside. And I think he's going to hit this Alfa Romeo. Yeah, not ideal. Yeah, not great from him. And Zhou Guanyu up in 6th place. Kevin Magnussen making that incident. And well, we've got 9 seconds between Ocon and Norris. apparently Ocon's strategy was 6 seconds quicker. So if Norris finishes within 6 seconds, then we could say he could have won the race. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Right.
We need to push.
We're going to push as hard as we can with both drivers, see what potential they've got.
Coast required. Copy.
That could mean Esteban Ocon grabbing fastest lap back off his teammate. I doubt that will happen, but it might. Yeah, through the first sector, no luck on that one. But look how far ahead of Max Verstappen we finished in the end. We've really pulled away in this final stint. Being able to be aggressive out there has really helped the car. And, well, Esteban Ocon has been absolutely brilliant the whole weekend, and he is going to win 2 races in a row. Esteban Ocon comes across the line and he wins the Hungarian Grand Prix.
Yes.
And it was a good lap to finish a 16.9. Not quite fastest lap, but Norris comes over the line
That is the checkered flag.
in second. It's a Williams 1-2 and a very, very dominant one. Max Verstappen a long way back, 21 seconds. Not quite sure what happened to him in that final stint. But, yeah, here he comes over the line. He finishes third. Perez is going to finish fourth. Leclerc has finished fifth, but he was, I believe, a lap down. So Ocon lapped everybody up to P5. That is an incredible result from him. And, well, Perez, the last man on the lead lap, he comes over the line. But, yeah, that was some pace, wasn't it, from Ocon to lap everybody up to 5th place. Wow. That was huge, and finishing 30 seconds ahead of Max Verstappen, who took pole position. I mean, we looked nowhere near pole position material, but everything just worked out quite nicely for us in the end, didn't it? There you go. Maximum points.
Now that's an excellent drive today from Esteban Ocon.
Incredible. That was a really well-deserved win. They got their race strategy absolutely spot on.
Oh, that's a wonderful scene. The team getting their first chance to congratulate their driver on a job well done. And there's no denying that the Frenchman deserves this result. He was absolutely brilliant.
There's further delight for the team as they get to see both drivers up there together.
And as far as those three are concerned, well, they'll be leaving Budapest hungry for more. Now, Karun, no doubt there'll be a lot for the teams to process after that race, but how do you think the Williams team are feeling?
I doubt they could be much happier. A win and a podium place. What a great way to round out the weekend.
And that then marks the end of our time here in Hungary.
Next time, the teams will be adding another year to the legend of Spa-Francorchamps. Anything can happen at the Belgian Grand Prix.
I mean, that was quite an amazing race. So obviously, you know, not a very long episode, but that shows the measure of how dominant we were in the end. And Esteban Ocon does win the race ahead of Lando Norris, who finished second with the fastest lap. Max Verstappen finishes third. Then we have Perez Leclerc, who came all the way from the back, by the way. What a performance from him. Nick De Vries finishes 6th, then Kevin Magnussen in 7th. Zhou Guanyu finishes 8th, and in a brilliant double points finish for Alfa Romeo. Piastri finishes 9th, and Stroll in 10th. Into the driver's standings then, Lando Norris still leading the way by 15 points over his teammate Esteban Ocon. 5 races to 4 in terms of wins this year. Max Verstappen has 2. Charles Leclerc has 1. As I say, it's been a very, very close season. I think it's going to go down all the way to Abu Dhabi, but you just think Lando Norris has got a little bit more in him than Esteban Ocon. Perez is currently 5th for Mercedes, but Zhou Guanyu having the season of his life, up in 6th place. Nick De Vries has got to be up there as well. He's in 12th at the minute. Pity that he's not managed to break into the top 10, because I think he is doing a great job for Alfa Romeo, which is great to see. Down at the other end, Liam Lawson and Zayn Maloney a long, long way off. Into the constructors then, and we are now 119 points ahead of Red Bull. Very, very strong season so far from the Williams team. 9 wins to Red Bull's 3. Nobody else has really come close to winning a race this season, and we were back on form in the fastest pit stop championship. We take a full 25 points for Esteban Ocon's 1.9er, and Lando Norris is 2 seconds flat, brings home 12 points. That means we still lead that championship by 20 points over Red Bull. Red Bull doing very well this season, and it's interesting, you know, that the top teams are starting to look very, very strong in that championship. But a real strong weekend of Formula 1 pit stops, which is great to see. And Esteban Ocon was the man this weekend. 4.9 million made in profit, which is lovely jubbly. And well, we are ready for the next set of races coming up. We've got the new suspension design completed, so we're going to get 4 of them made ready in time for the end of the summer break, and then we are pretty much there with development. We do have a few more designs to come this season. Do we need to get the rear wing one done? I think we do. So let's get that done now. Yeah, that all looks good, doesn't it? Yeah, perfect. Okay, and that'll be done after the summer break. So yeah, those are our big upgrades this time. Then we'll do a few more. We are going to break the cost cap this year, but we are going to go all out to try and win the World Championship. And yeah, breaking the cost cap might affect our confidence, but we should be fine. We should be absolutely fine. Most people voted against a call to reduce our car parts. I'm so glad about that. Reduced deadline. That's what we like to see. So that'll be done on the 19th of July, which is good. Okay, right, that's where we're going to leave it for today's episode. If you have enjoyed that, give it a big thumbs up down below. Subscribe for plenty more F1 Manager videos, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.